Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by the one, the only Caden Besco of Northville Baseball. How's it going?
Good. How are you, Casey?
Doing well. Of course, we are getting ready for another season of Northville baseball. A lot of changes, of course, not a lot of faces. Obviously, the faces that you've known for a few years, but obviously a new coaching staff with Coach Samini coming in.
Yeah.
Let's What has it been like? I know the team is set, and I know games are coming up here in the next few weeks, just before everybody goes on spring break and all that. And what are we? What has it been like with the new coaching staff and all that?
It's honestly been great. Obviously the question marks after Coach K left were, there was a lot of them. But once Samini came in, everybody knew that he was gonna fit right in with us. His winning mentality at Liggett, uh, won multiple state championships, made it to the final four a lot over there. And with the team we had coming back, we honestly knew whatever coach we got, we were gonna do just fine with. And then our other two coaches, Coach Malley, he was a JV coach with Coach K, so everybody knew him. So they're still a familiar face. And then Greg, our pitching coach, has he's worked with us at DBAT, a lot of our pitchers ever since we were in ninth grade. So, it's honestly new. There's pretty much only one new coach at Northville, and it's Coach Samini, but he's been great throughout the first couple months of the year.
Yeah, and I know, I mean, obviously that the team that you guys have is filled with obviously filled with talent. I mean, honestly, stops and starts with Dante, and obviously everyone talks about Joey and Justin, and obviously yourself as well, and loads of others. What is it like to just have almost really everybody coming back?
It's great. Obviously we lose a couple big pieces from last year. But we return pretty much, I mean, our whole pitching staff. We return our whole outfield. We return Connor at second base. We return Luke at third base. I mean, the really only position that we had to replace was shortstop. Um, and we're gonna have a junior in there this year, and he's been really good through the offseason and stuff like that. And catcher, but Trevor, I mean, last year, Gabe got hurt a couple times, and he was great every single time he went in there. There wasn't really a drop off with Trevor coming in there. So, I mean, with the pitching we have coming back, and pitching's the most important thing in baseball. So, I mean, it's just phenomenal that, you get to compete against, Joey and Justin and Dominic every single day in practice. It just makes everybody better.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, if you have good pitching, you can go a very long way. And we, of course, we saw that last year with Novi winning the state title in Division One. But of course, coming into this year, when you look at everyone, you look at all the preseason polls and all that fun stuff, and I know, obviously, I know you guys all look at that stuff. But now it's time to really kind of prove those people right about that. So these first few games, along with spring break coming up, what is it going to be like these first few? How do you feel? What do you want to kind of accomplish in these first few weeks of the season?
I mean, we definitely do look at the rankings, but obviously from past experience, we were ranked really high our sophomore year, but ended up losing in the quarterfinals. Obviously ranked number one in the state for majority of last year, and then lost to Novi. But these games we're just going out there to prove that we're the best team in the state. We're not going to take any team lightly. And we're going to give them everything we got every single game. And if that's beating 2-1, 2-0, or beating them 15-0, we're just gonna go out there and show. I mean, our goal is obviously to win every single game this year, until the state championship. So I think through the first month or so, we're just gonna prove that we're not frauds, pretty much, because that's what everybody's gonna think. A ranked high. They've been ranked high for 2 years and haven't got the job done. But we're just gonna go prove that, we're a really good baseball team. And we're here to, go to East Lansing.
And obviously, as in baseball, it's like, the funny thing is you could be the best team out there, but you never know when when you're in a slump or something like that, or something comes up. I see it so many times, and that's just baseball.
Mhm.
Um, what's it going to be like? Going into of course league play. With the KLA, everyone's going to talk about of course you and Novi, and I know that a lot of teams lost a lot, but as I said before, you never know.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, we're not going to take any team lightly. There's always talks about, the KLA not being down this year, but we don't really look at that. We just, we're just going to go game by game. We start off with Salem, um, on Monday and Wednesday on April 1st, and it's just we're just having the mentality that everybody has a chance to beat us. I mean, obviously no one thought that Novi would beat us last year, and then they ended up doing it. We thought we were going to win, obviously, but so now it's just we all have that mentality that anybody can beat you on any day. Like you said with baseball, you go into a slump or anything, one pitcher gets hot, you can lose a game just like that. So we're just gonna keep the mentality that anybody can beat us. And we're just gonna play game by game.
Yeah. Of course, where you're just like a lot of your teammates. You also know where you're heading next year. You're going to head to LCC to continue your baseball career. What made you decide to go there?
When I went down there for my visit, it was honestly everything that I wanted. I knew I wasn't gonna go to any big colleges because originally I wanted to play football in college, and then my mind kind of shifted in the last couple of years. But when I went down there for my visit, the coaches were awesome. I mean, they promote you amazingly to push you out to Division 2, Division 1 colleges after your 1 or 2 years there. And it's not even really like our apartment's in East Lansing, so I'm gonna have a lot of friends that go to Michigan State and stuff like that. So it's gonna be like I thought that going to community college is gonna feel like you're not really going to college, but it's gonna be like you're going to Michigan State, and you just get to play baseball. So that's pretty much why I picked there.
Yeah, for sure. And then last thing is, what would this mean to in your senior year to cap it off, with a state championship?
Oh, I mean, it would mean the world, everybody comes in wanting to win, that big ring at the end of the year, be on the biggest stage and stuff like that. For football, we won a first district title in 24 years.
Yeah,
And I mean for baseball, I don't know when the last time we won a state championship was for baseball. So, I think with this group, I mean, we have all of our pieces that we need. Um and it would just mean everything, to win that final high school baseball game. The past 2 years we expected to make it to East Lansing and came up short, but I mean, we're just gonna go for it all this year. We're gonna play loose. We know we're good. And we're just gonna play loose, and we're just gonna do the best that we can.
yeah, for sure. All right, Caden Besco, thanks so much for the time. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you, Casey.